and welcome to Two-Man Meta. I'm Aunty Kaz, and on today's episode of TTM, boom, not going to throw this one, it's a hefty box. So we have Marvel Crisis Protocol, miniature game, core set. This is the older of the two core sets, and it has been sat on my shelf for about 2 or 3 months now. As usual, we will assign blame. This one is Pollard's responsibility. He's been nagging at me to get playing for a few months. Originally, I played the Knights of Dice game years ago, Marvel Universe I think it was called, and I think this is very, very similar, so I'm looking forward to this one. Now, the models aren't as impressive as the new core box, we'll just have to go with that. Also, check out, as is tradition, Beakers' Instagram. He's done some fantastic work on the new models and the old ones, to be fair. So we're going to go through the contents for a change first, because this is a big box and I don't want to miss anything. So we've got 10 miniatures to begin with, just the characters. 10 bases, so there's going to be some assembly required, unfortunately. 1 daily bugle stand, love this. 2 cars, that's pretty cool. 2 dumpsters, 2 traffic lights, 2 lampposts. So a lot of scenery. Well, it is and it isn't. 170 tokens, so there's a lot of cardboard in here. 20 team tactics cards, 3 map cards, 2 affiliation cards, 10 character stat cards, 1 for each character, 6 crisis cards, 3 movement tools, that's cool, 4 range tools, 1 learn to play, and 10 dice. So let's have a look in the box. Okay. So first off, learn to play. So this is the rule book. An assembly guide. Nice. Although, kind of not looking forward to having to assemble models again, because I've been spoilt for months with Battletech and God Tier. So the character cards. So we got Baron Zemo. These are double-sided for, I believe, when you're wounded, maybe when you're powered up, I'm not sure. Can't remember. Black Widow, Captain America. Nice. Yeah, it's definitely when you're wounded, look at him. Captain Marvel. Boo. Crossbones, it's pretty cool. Doc Ock. Iron Man, awesome. That's ace art. I love the layouts on these cards, they're so nice. Red Skull, Spider-Man, and Ultron, one of my favourites. Ah, that's nice. So my only problem so far is these cards are a random ass size, so sleeving these up might be a nightmare, might not, don't know. Okay, lots of tokens, so 2 lots in there. The plastic. So these we're going to have to work out as we go along. So this is obviously the daily bugle stand. Not actually a lot of texture on there. Sounds nice though. Once you've whacked a bit of paint on it, it's going to look ace. solar lampposts. 2 of those bad boys. I'm really looking forward to actually having an excuse to paint a full proper board now as well, because I've been sitting on some laser cut MDF that Titch gave me from when he was making laser cut MDF terrain. He's done a really nice job of it, so I want to make a nice board up, paint it up, and we're going to try and do that on the channel as well. So dumpsters. I don't think I've ever seen a part that deep on a sprue before. Ah, everything's going everywhere. So what we got here? That looks like Ultron to me. Again, I'll probably do another video where I've assembled these and how much of a pain they are to assemble. So that's obviously Doc Ock. We've got some bases. Some lovely bases. For just out of the pack textured bases, I rate these, they're pretty good. Yeah, they're nice. Okay, then we got so we've got parts of our cars, parts of the Daily Bugle again. So these are going to be the rest of our characters. We don't need to show you sprues, you know what they are, you know how these things work. Okay, dice. So, memory serves right, the Knights of Dice Marvel Universe game, which this seems to be based on, used D8s, so it's not a surprise that these have custom D8s. Don't know the symboling on these. I'm guessing that one's bad. So, quite a nice chunk of dice as well. I did sing the praises about God Tier's dice, because they had custom dice, but they also had 10 in. So that's really good that you get so many dice in a starter box and don't possibly have to buy more. There's one place where Battletech didn't do well. You need more dice, Battletech. What am I saying? They don't need more dice. I'm going to buy pretty dice anyway. So what we got here? Ah, so these are missions, and they're standard card size. So you can sleeve these bad boys up nice and easy. So those are missions. We'll probably have to do a video breaking down what all these cards are. So these appear to be some sort of ability cards. Yeah, these are ability cards. Don't like this artwork, this pale background. I want big flashy colour because it's Marvel. Escort to safety, sucker, smash, disarm. Yeah, I don't like these ones. So what we got here? So we have double-sided. So these are all on the back. That's what I'm talking about. That's the bright, beautiful artwork. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Yeah, you caught me out, Atomic Mass. Sure, this is Atomic Mass Games. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I'm a big Marvel fanboy. If you saw the X-Men video, you'll know. So we've got some layouts. So these are clearly like Warcry Battlegrounds. So these just give you a layout of how you're supposed to set everything up. It did say movement templates, but maybe they're in the bottom. Oh yeah, look at that. There's extra stuff hiding at the bottom. Learn, God tier, learn. Oh, look at these. These are nice range rulers. Even got little effects on them. Yeah, these are awesome. And there was me thinking I'd end up making some, but seems like the standard ones out of the box are good to go. These are awesome. So this is going to be some round the corner bendy thing. I'll have to look at the instructions for that. And we've got the car shells. Now, as I said, this is the original starter box, not the new one. So you don't get as nicer models in it. Like, these are nice models, but the new ones are really, really fancy. There's probably updated rules and stuff in there as well, but I wanted to make sure that I got everything and started from reviewing from the beginning. Plus, this was about half the price of the new box. We're jumping in here. Okay, so I just thought we'd run through the models after they've been assembled, as I mentioned earlier. So I've taken them away, put them all together, and we're just going to have a quick flick through them. I haven't tidied everything up and finished everything up nice. I've just thrown everything together so we can get it on the video and show you what it all looks like rather than just looking at sprues. So first up, we've got the Daily Bugle, and I love this building. Like, for just being in a boxed game and thrown together out of plastic, this is phenomenal. Like, this was the first thing I put together out of the box set. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to paint it up and use it in some games. Next up, out of the scenery, we've got the cars. There's 2 of these in the box. Again, these are just amazing. Like, for being plastics, these are absolutely amazing. Like, I've seen, you know, resin blocks in some games, and I've seen cardboard ones, and they all look terrible. These are absolutely brilliant. I can't say enough good things about these, and the fact that you get 2 in the box as well is really nice. I'm a big fan. And then moving on to the dumpsters, so there's 2 of these in a box, and you know, these are again pretty straightforward to build, really nice to have, just something a bit extra, a bit different that you don't see in a lot of boxes. So again, dead chuffed with these. So then we've got the street lights and the lamp posts. There's 2 each of these. And there's an extra little dustbin that came on, I believe it was the Daily Bugle sprue. I just think that's a fun little extra that's really nice to have. And again, these sculpts, for what they are fantastic. I'm really, really, really pleased with this game. So on to the first of the characters I built, and that was Captain Marvel. And I've got to say, the models are pretty nice, but this model was a pain in the neck to put together. I just found the arms really fiddly and not clearly marked out in which ways round everything was to be assembled. And like, I'm not new to this hobby, so if I say it was a little confusing, it must have been, you know, not great in the instructions. But this, I think, was the only model I really had any problems telling which way round stuff went on. So next in the heroes, we've got Captain America. Again, this is a really nicely posed model. I know that the newer ones look a bit better, but these are still great models. And I love the fact that these come with the textured bases. It just makes life so much easier without having a fuss about how I want to do the bases. So again, nothing but good things to say on these models. We've got Black Widow. This model isn't particularly standout. It's got a nice bit of action posing going on, but it's nothing spectacular. But at the end of the day, it's Black Widow. I don't expect it to be anything super fancy. And it's just a starter box, and it's still, you know, really good sculpts. So Iron Man is one of my favourite characters, so I'm really glad he's included in the box. So even if I don't carry on buying more of the stuff, I've still got some of my favourite characters anyway. Again, nice simple pose, but it's still like got a bit of dynamic posing going on, so it is what it is. Again, they're still fantastic sculpts. I don't want to put them down, but you know, the new stuff is really fancy, and there's not a lot else I can say about it. Last of the good guys, we've got Spider-Man, and this is a really nice pose. It's something very different in a model. I like that he's just kind of like stuck to the RSJ, whatever you want to call it, you know, the iron girder. It's really nice having that pose going on. So we'll start the bad guys with my favourite, Ultron. You know, it's essentially an Iron Man suit, so how could you go wrong with it? This is a fantastic model. The leg at the front there, that was a bit of a pain, Like, some of these models don't go together the best, but again, the only ones I really had problems with were Captain Marvel and the leg on this one. Other than that, they go together really nicely, and stuff slots in really nicely. It's just that front leg that I had problems with, but it's still a great model. This Doc Ock model is pretty simple in its posing, but it's still really good with the tentacles going on. Love them. It's just really nice to put together. All of the tentacles, I think, come in 2 parts on it, and then the claws are separate as well, but they go together so well. Crossbones, I really like him as a character. He's nice to throw in there, something people can recognise from the films a little bit if they have a bit more knowledge, and something people can just recognise from the comics if they just know anyway. Again, he's not spectacular, but he's got some nice posing going on. It is what it is, really. I don't want to sound negative, because I'm really happy with these models, but there's only so much you can say about these plastics until you get to the newer, fancier stuff. Red Skull, again, really nicely posed, quite sinister, staring at the Tesseract there. Again, great sculpts. Like, when I was playing the Batman Miniatures game, their models were okay. Some of the later ones were, fairly nice. These ones just blow them out of the water. Baron Zemo, love this sculpt. Like, the positioning of the challenge, pointing the sword out, it's really, really nice. Again, there's not a lot to say, but what there is to say, it is positive. So I hope that sort of like sells you on this game, and hopefully I can start getting some games in soon and get playing with Pollard and some of the other guys down at the local store. I'm really looking forward to this one. If you enjoyed this episode of 2-Man Meta, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date as we release multiple episodes each week. If you would like to help support the channel, check out the links in the description below, as well as links to our social media pages. Thank you for watching. See you next episode.